Rik's been in the office for maybe 3 months now. I knew him before. He used to live in Perranporth. Then he moved to St. Agnes. Good surfer, good laugh, fitted in well. Doesn't really make much about his leg. We joke about it, which he doesn't really mind. He likes to bring in these different legs that he's got, just to impress us with his fibre optic legs and stuff like that. But he's fitted in well. He loves it here. Everyone enjoys his company. And he's done really well to get the chairman's award so soon. There's no bitterness from us that he got it so quickly after being here, and that he gets most holidays when he wants, but there's that's the perks of being politically correct nowadays, I imagine.
Just before I went away on holiday, I was driving through the village and he had gone into Co-op at the bottom of the village and left his bike outside. So I loosened the seat, and of course as he came out, just as I was driving off, and kind of pushed it and jumped on that, and just ended up in all the trolleys. I'm a chef by trade. I did that for 25 years-ish. I'd had enough of the hours. Obviously very unsociable. So I then bought the fresh fish shop in St. Agnes and became the village fishmonger. Then from, well, the hours turned out even longer than being a chef. I was up in the summer, because I built business up, I was up at 4 in the morning. I get home at 7, clean my kids' teeth and put them to bed. And I had no family life 6 days a week in the summer, so I just woke up one morning and said to my wife, I'm not doing that anymore. I've had enough. I'm missing seeing the kids grow up. We sat down, had a chat, obviously, about what I would do next. This came up as an option. I applied for the job, got the interview, and yeah, that was it really. My dad worked for the Mail for 30 years as well, so, and he always seemed very happy with it, so yeah, that's how I ended up here. Unfortunately, I ended up working with Chris Macy. Yeah, he always sits there, he doesn't really like work. Yeah, I mean, these bags, there's drop-offs along the route, because obviously I couldn't carry the whole lot. Well, one, it'd be illegal to carry everything. So from here up to here is a bag, which goes top of the coombe, goes into that one. Then Highland Springs will be from there coming down to here, and then I'll take my first bag full that the van driver will then drop off sort of each bag in the corresponding house, and then I pick it up as I walk around. So if my bag runs out, I refill it, do the next section, and so on. And there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4 bag drops. So basically I fill my bag up 5 times for my round. Yeah, cheers Chris, see you later on. Right, so that's cool, here we go. Here and then up. Hi, okay. Morning.
I'm looking for Higher Belena, a house.
Higher Belena?
Yeah.
There's a road.
It's an orange bungalow.
Called Higher Belena. Yeah. Cold Cheese, that'll be. Yeah. You're going up the hill.
Yes.
You didn't realise the camera was there, did you? Up the hill, it's 1, 2, 3. It's the 4th one on your left-hand side. You'll see the sign. Higher Belena. Fourth turning, left-hand side. It's not too far.
All right.
And then Cold Cheese, the orange place, is down on your right-hand side.
Thank you.
Okay.
Cheers.
Well, as far as the disability goes, they didn't even consider it really. I don't think they looked at me and sort of obviously my health. I remember sort of at the interview, I did actually say, because it hadn't been mentioned, and I did say to the interviewer that, you know, obviously you haven't mentioned it. My left leg's missing. To which she said, "Oh, right, okay. Well, do you think it would affect you in the job?" Obviously, I said no, because you know, I'm a fairly fit guy and quite active. and that was it. It wasn't a consideration. They looked at me, what things I'd done in the past, how fit I was, whether I could do the job or not, whether I was kind of up to it, and they decided yes. And I don't think whether me having one leg or two legs would have made any difference. But that's the mail. They look at the person. They don't look at them sort of things. It doesn't matter who you are, what you are, your colour, religion, disability, or different ability, should we say. And yeah, they took me on my merits, which is great. It's nice that there are employers that do that. Yeah. So as I suppose as the disabled, the one-legged postman of Perranporth, I've actually got the longest route, which on a busy day, and on a real heavy day, a council tax reminder day, say, being delivered, I go to every house. I'm looking around about 8 miles, most of it uphill. So it's quite a good bit of exercise for a guy of my age. Keeps me fit. But like I said, I can think of worse places to be delivering post. The people are nice. Lovely area, quite pretty. Pretty. But yeah, so like I said, about 8 miles. Obviously, Cornish weather. You never know what you're going to get. Got a nice bit of mizzle this morning. But then on a nice day, I'm getting too hot, so it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Do you want to be dry, or do you want to be kind of a nice temperature, or too hot, which does happen quite a bit, especially on the uphill bits. You can really get a sweat on. Yeah. There she goes. That's Poppy. That's next door. There she goes, if you want. So we get on that well, even when I don't have post for her, I go and give her a biscuit. She'd be devastated if I didn't. Hello, I'm back. Oh yeah, we got. Do you want to be on telly? You haven't got any post.
Oh.
Hello, you.
Oh, you got one,
some.
have you?
Yeah. Have you missed me? 3 weeks holiday.
Oh, dear no. Well, you went somewhere yesterday.
Yeah, there you go. I've been saying, if only all the dogs on our routes and rounds were like her.
Well, she goes mad. She's had an awful time because you haven't been here, and Andy hasn't
been here, so that's it. Oh no. I'm not going to spoil you, you're not getting two. You have another one tomorrow. Yeah?
There we go.
But yeah, I wish all dogs would be like you, didn't we? Hey, Poppy, hey? Rather than being chased up the garden path.
Is Andy back this week?
Yeah, he's back. I suppose you've heard about the baby. And
yes, I've seen a photograph. Jane had one on her phone.
Oh, okay,
well, I think everybody had one on their phone.
Yeah, but he's back in the office now as well. He was on the van today, so.
Oh well.
I'd imagine he'll probably be up here on Friday, because Friday's my day off. So
Friday.
Yeah, I would think he'll be up here then. Okay. Right, so see you tomorrow.
No, I've got to go for a blood test. Well,
okay.
So I won't be here.
Right. All right. See you on Wednesday. Yeah.
No, I won't be here Wednesday. I'm going out to lunch.
Well, if you're lucky, I'll see you on Thursday. Brilliant.
Right,
Cheers. Bye. So one of the biggest problems both postmen and postwomen face is the dog attacks, as we were just saying a minute ago. I mean, I've only been actually attacked once. The dog got a bit of a shock because obviously we're sort of taught, I suppose, and shown if a dog does attack you, you always step into it and put your bag between you and the dog. Makes sense. This was a spaniel, and obviously because I went left side in, it actually went for my left leg. Initially it latched onto that bottom section there, got a bit of a shock, so I stepped back as if say, what's going on here? But then came in for a second go as well, and sort of I got some scratches on there where its teeth went. Obviously I've got a form of defence, should we say. A lot of people haven't. If it had been anybody else, it could have been just something from a nip, may not have drawn blood, they may have taken a chunk out of their leg. So it's something we have to be very wary of. You get to know on your round where the dogs you've got to look out for are. It's like this house, when I delivered to it today, first thing I did was look at the front door was shut, fantastic, I'll just go up and deliver. Otherwise, there's been times when it's out, I won't deliver to the house. I'll take it back to the office with me, and then I'll try and deliver it again. The post office are very hot on dog attacks on their employees, and at the end of the day their main concern is our safety, and we're all told if you feel like you're not safe, don't deliver to the house. If there's a persistent problem, the Royal Mail will get in touch with the owner and say, look, one of the postmen in Perranporth has been attacked twice. The Mail have been in touch and said, if you don't sort this problem out, then you won't be getting, sort of a delivery. It has now been sorted. All it took was putting a post box up on a post, so he didn't have to enter the gate. It's simple. So yeah, it's, like I said, a big concern for us and obviously for the Royal Mail.
Do you ever suffer from pain, like from the leg?
Not through the job. No, it doesn't hurt. Sort of. I do a lot of stuff sort of up in the mountains and that. So I do a lot of hiking, flying Kilimanjaro. Been out to Everest Base Camp. Sort of trekked out in Nepal for a month. National Three Peaks Challenge, which is one we do Ben Nevis, Scarfell Pike and Snowdon under 24 hours. A group of us actually decided to do a 4 Peaks challenge, so we did those 3 as quick as we could, drove back to Bodmin, run across Bodmin Moor and then went up Bramwilly as well. We managed to do all 4 of them in just under 27 hours, so, and that's actually, from what we know, that's the record. Nobody's beaten that time yet, so we're quite sort of happy with that, I suppose. We hold a national record is quite good, because nobody else really attempts it because they don't want to drive all the way to Cornwall. They've got to drive back again. So yeah, that was hard work. It took about 2 weeks to recover from that one. So yeah, obviously doing things like that, the job keeps me at a level of fitness, but it doesn't affect me physically in any way. Yeah, so now sort of obviously I've finished my round and back in the office. It's not just a case of going straight home. We have a bit of paperwork to do. It's things like, if you've had one of these cards, P739 put through your door, we have to go and collect from the office, or if we're delivering a signed for piece of post to your house, you sign one of these for us as proof of delivery. So yeah, details have to be filled out on these before we leave. Like, obviously my name, date, just make sure everything corresponds right in case you have a problem. And then my hour sheet, obviously keep a track of that every day, goes in at the end of the week. Any bits of post that couldn't be delivered, I'll bring back, ready to try and go out again tomorrow. If there's a sign for that was not delivered, that comes back here, so you can collect it from the post office. And then once they're done and filled out, that's it, it's time to go home and see the kids. That's what it's all about. Get home to them, pick them up from school and a cup of coffee and relax, and check in the surf on the way home. Right, okay, so I'm home from work. Just take a few of the bits and pieces I've got. This isn't all of them. I've got another couple up in the shed that I can't find at the moment. But yes, I've got various legs, a quiver of legs instead of a quiver of surfboards. I mean, this is a national health one. It's great for just every day, just walking around and sort of everyday life really. I've got this liner which I use on the beach. if I'm not wearing my legs, so that my stump's not actually on the sand, because it can sort of, well, imagine sandblasting the bottom of your foot, it can get quite painful and take the skin off. If I'm surfing on a knee board as well, that's really good, because I can't wear my surfing leg because it's at that angle, and if obviously I'm on the knee board, I'm sort of out of balance, to wear that instead. This one, my surfing leg, well, self-explanatory. This is my sponsor. I'm the only sponsored disabled surfer in the country. So yeah, that is my basic water activities leg. Whenever I'm in the sea, that's what I'm wearing. This one is one that I wore once for a fancy dress. I took the foot off it and went as a pirate. It's also Long John Silver. And then, well, at the top, I suppose, of the whole lot is the one that I'm wearing. As the kids call it, they call it my boing. I'm sponsored by a company called Ossa, because I'm sort of active and they use bits and pieces that I do in their advertising. So this is taking me up Kilimanjaro, it's taking me out to Everest Base Camp. When I'm running, anything from fell running to running on the road, it's the most comfortable leg I've ever had. It's just an amazing piece of kit. A lot of money, and I'm very lucky that this company actually supplies it for me. So yeah, and then up the other end of the garden that way somewhere, there's a couple more that I've got, just for everyday use, bits and pieces. I've actually got probably the same amount of legs as I have surfboards. But yeah, this is, apart from my living babies, this is my baby. My pride and joy, that is. I've been surfing coming up 30 years. To me it's everything really. Well, aside from the family, of course. Yeah, it's like meditation. It's escapism. Yeah, it's adrenaline. Kids are the same. They love it. They love the ocean. They love the sea. And it's where I can go and everything comes into perspective. Sort all my problems out. Put everything in the right place, and then if the surf, then I'm in. That's it. There's no doubt about it. If it's flat, then I'm looking at the charts and checking everything to see when the next swell's coming. When we've got low pressure tracking in towards us, and constantly watching conditions. Is it going to be small? Is it going to be big? Is it going to be offshore? Anyone that surfs and has that feeling is, well, basically, you could teach the Met Office a thing or two. The amount you study like isobars and all the rest of it, it takes over your life. It is your life in the end. Right, so here we have daughters 2, 3 and 4. This is Elfie, this is Pollyanna, and this is Bluebell Alohan. Behind us there's sort of pictures of mountains which have been done and me surfing. These guys have all done their first mountain. A couple of weeks ago we went up to Wales and we all climbed Snowdon. We had a really good time up there. You enjoyed it, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah? You enjoyed it? Enjoyed the trip down as well, because we got the train down. They didn't fancy walking down. Bluebell enjoyed it because she was on me back. You didn't have to do any walking, did you? Hey? No, kiss a smile. Oh. So yeah, there you go. This is, like I said, daughters 2, 3 and 4. There's the daughter 1, who's a lot older, about to make me a grandparent. And then there's number 1 son as well, he's 12. These are going 8, 5 and 8 months old. And that's it, and well, this is part of our family. My wife's at work, so earning the money. Yeah, so once I've finished my postal round, obviously I get back roughly sort of 2:30ish. Then I have to go to childminder and pick this one up and pick her up at 3 o'clock. Then up to the school to get these guys. They come out at 3:20. Then, well, weather permitting and as long as everything's alright, we'll have the van loaded up, pick mum up from work at about 5 o'clock and straight down the beach. Elfie's turned into a complete surf monster. That's all she wants to do, get in the ocean and surf. Never ever see her this quiet. She's gone all in bed. Look, Pollyanna's off and running. She's had enough. Right, you guys just want to get back in and watch TV, didn't you? Alright, go on then. Off you go.
That's good.
You don't get a choice. You're stuck here with me. Me and a few friends climbed Kilimanjaro, which that's the certificate for. Yeah, so we did that. And then obviously Everest, it's the ultimate, so we want to go out and see that. So myself and my wife went off. We went out to the Everest range, climbed Kala Patthar, which is just under 6,000 metres. And then we went out to base camp and trekked through Nepal for just under a month.
So do you think, because of your leg and that, do you think that's made you more determined to do a lot of stuff?
Me,
It's really pushing you.
Yeah. Having the one, I mean, as I grew up, having the one leg, I was always pushing myself to prove to other people that I could do it, or I could do it better than them. As I sort of, I suppose, gone into adulthood and all the rest of it, I do it to prove it to myself. It's like with the surfing, big waves. I mean, it's an adrenaline rush. I'm an adrenaline freak. I really do get off on that kind of being on the edge kind of feeling. But yeah, I've always kind of pushed myself, like I said, going into adulthood. It's to prove that I can do it. It's not to prove it to anybody else, just to myself. Well, basically, I'm just fighting getting old. I don't want to get old. I'm 43 now, and I'm still trying to do stuff that I was doing when I was 21. Takes a little bit longer to recover from it, but I ache a bit more in the mornings than I used to. But I'm still doing it, so I'm quite happy with that. Well, I was lucky enough to be nominated as a torchbearer. I was lucky enough to be one of the 8,000 that sort of got to carry it. A friend of mine nominated me for things that I've done. So, what was that? Because I've done quite a bit of work for charity and the rest of it, and I've done some work with a group called Surf Action, which help ex-servicemen, mainly post-traumatic, but some amputees as well. And we get them in the water just to show them, sort of the life's good, and they can carry on basically. Done various different bits and pieces for charities. Like I said, my friend nominated me. He unfortunately lost a leg through diabetes. Something went wrong. He ended up with gangrene in his leg, and he had to have it amputated. And sort of we sat down and we talked, and we sort of, like I say, got him through that. You never get through something like that, but hopefully I managed to help him a bit. So and I was lucky enough to be honoured to actually carry this down into Truro, down Falmouth Road, and that was quite an amazing day. Getting to the bottom as well, and sort of obviously my wife and sort of all the kids were down there waiting for me to come down, looking very proud. So, that was quite an amazing thing to have done. Not just for me, for them as well. So one day, who knows, could be your inheritance. When I was born, I didn't have the ankle in the left foot. It was all twisted up. My parents were given sort of a choice, basically amputation or wear a club shoe for the rest of my life and sort of drag it. They said to the surgeon, sort of, if it was your child, what would you do? And he said, quality of life, I would amputate. And that sort of like helped them make their decision. And they amputated when I was a baby. And well, I've never looked back. See? And you're on the microphone wire. How did I know that was going to happen? There we go. No, you can't have it. It's not yours. So, I've never looked back. It's, it's me. It's what's made me.
So, what about like coping at school and stuff like that? How was it?
Kids are vicious. I was every name under the sun. You think about it, it was something. Kids are kids. If they see a little something different, they'll sort of pick it out and go for it. And obviously, this was a big something different.
So I suppose that pushed you.
That pushed me as well. At school, track and field, obviously with the Olympics going on at the moment, but track and field, never my forte. I can run, I weren't that fast. I was always the last one to be picked playing football or rugby. But get me in the water, that was my domain.